So this is my second purchase of the Brondell EcoSeat S101 non-electric bidet toilet seat. So I actually purchased this because the first one was like a year ago or so, or more than a year ago. The knob at the side broke. So since it worked really well, I'm purchasing another one. So, and I'm showing you how I installed it. This is, well, I'm gonna show you the unboxing first and what's in the box. Basically, you'll get the toilet seat. You'll get the connector to the water line, and that's the part where the water comes out in the middle. And here's the parts. The parts are easy. You can just install it. Um, there's also instructions, the manual instructions, and that's included. And here's the old one that I was telling you that I needed to replace because the knob on the side where you have to turn so the water comes out has broke. So it was like a year ago. So this bidet seat, it was really easy. It came with a plastic screw, so and it's huge, so you can actually just unlock it by hand or loosen it by hand, which I am doing right now. Then at the back as well, you will see that part. That's the one. You have to take that out first. Right now, I'm not shaking. Where this one, that was the broken one, so I haven't used it in a while. So if you see the water connector, it's not connected to the bidet. So, because I kept the seat when the bidet broke, but I took off the connector to the bidet because it was leaking. All right, there it is. That's the old one. You take it off. I have it matched very perfectly with the toilet that I bought at the Home Depot as well. So here's the instructions I'm talking about. It is very easy to put into, and that's the water line. That's the water line without the bidet or not water connector. So you don't have to go to the main water line to turn it off. You turn that knob off to the right, and then make sure that you flush all the water from the toilet because you don't want any water leaks while you're working on it. Which is what I did. I had a bucket, but then I have to be because the space is tight, of course. So you can use a towel if you're sure that you've drained the water on the tank. But basically, with that uh, connector to the water line, it's also very easy to take it apart, to take it off. So, but it's just gonna be if your space is tight, then that's gonna be a challenge. But I was able to take it off. And then the bidet comes with that connector for the main water line and the bidet connector. So that's it. I had the old one, so instead of looking at the very small manual, so basically you'll just have to, in the middle of that split connector, you just tighten the water line going to the bidet. You can use a small wrench. You don't have to tighten it very much so it doesn't break. And make sure that you have it includes a little rubber that you go, make sure you attach it with when you connect it. So after that, you are then able to go back and connect that to your water tank line, so you can again go back to the tight space. So you can use it by hand, which is easy. So I did that. Once it's connected, make sure the angle towards your bidet is comfortable, because you're gonna be you can't move it. Make sure that it doesn't leak. So after that's connected, you will then connect that main water line, which is again, you can turn it by hand, um, and then you will have to tighten it using a wrench, but not too tight so it doesn't break. So the way I connected, it's easy. It's an easy connection, easy assembly. Basically, the one that they had designed 2 years ago is the same. There's no changes. So just match those. These are the parts that holds the screw to from the toilet to the bidet, and then you'll be done. It's easy. So there's a manual that you follow. There's that plastic huge screw I'm talking about. And then as soon as you're ready and sure that you have that in the correct direction, because there's that angle too that you have to take into consideration, um, connect it to your toilet, and again, there's your water line towards the bidet. That's the one I was talking about. So it took me a little bit because you have to fit that, and then just fit it to the hole there, and then tighten at the bottom. And then here's the bidet water line. So at the very beginning, you will use, you just tighten it by hand again. Um, it's very easy. Just have to be patient with it, and then tighten with a small wrench. And as soon as you feel like it's tight enough, you will start turning on the water line. That's the knob right there that broke from the old one. So you will have to be very careful that round knob just below where I'm working on the wrench that broke at least within a year or so. That's the knob where it makes the water strong or slow. Again, there's that water that you switch on, the water knob that you switch on. As soon as it's on, you check those connections that you have. It cannot be leaking. So I checked it. There was a little leak, so I had to tighten it a bit. And then again, that line there, make sure you either tuck it in, because you don't want to be uncomfortable sitting once you use it. So yeah, just tightening it again, turning it back on. This time there's no more leak. Make sure there's no more leak. and then you made sure everything is good, and then now you can actually try and then turn the knob to make sure that it is actually working. That's just the water. That's how it works. And you sit there, of course, but yeah, it's easy installation.